Alright, today we are continuing the Audi A4 Chronicles, and we're doing the rear brakes today. Alright, so the tools you're going to need are T30 Torx, 17 for the wheels, take the wheel off, needle nose pliers, or a rear brake tool to tighten the caliper back in, 15mm wrench, 13mm wrench, hammer, bungee cord to hold up the caliper, and a jack. So we're going to start by loosening the lugs and then jacking it up. And we're going to jack it up and zip off the rest of the lugs. Okay, now take the wheel off, shove it under the car in case it falls. Also, you should always remove this if you can.
So red.
Alright, for the next step you're going to need a 13mm wrench and also a 13mm socket. Okay, so you're going to be removing these two bolts. You're going to remove this one and you're going to remove this one. That's why I said you need a wrench, because you can't get a socket on there. The emergency brake cable's in the way. Alright, so we're going to remove those. Okay, now for the bottom one. Okay, now we're going to give it a few light taps. Loosen it up. And we're loose. Now we're just going to continue. Now you might have to hold the back side. If it doesn't come, you have to hold this with a wrench as you loosen this one. This is the one we already took off. Okay, so you're going to hold this back piece while loosening the other side with a wrench. Sometimes you could hold it with your fingers, sometimes you need to use another wrench. We're going to take this all the way out. Okay, so the size that you have to hold there, it's actually a 15 and this is 13. And I said we're just going to hold this in place while we keep. Okay, you're going to make sure that your parking brake is off, because this will not come off if your parking brake is on. So we're going to remove the caliper. And then same with the front, we're going to hang it up with a... Okay, so the video got screwed up and the audio didn't line up with the video. So the next like minute is going to be less quality, but after that we're good. That one off, or yeah, hold that. Okay, the back one's off. Okay.
Stripped already.
Alright, next thing you're going to do is you're going to deal with this bastard, see if you can take that out with the Torx, and if not, get ready to drill it out. So we're going to do that next. Alright, so this is a T30. We're going to put it in. We're going to give it a couple of taps with the hammer, try and knock it loose so it comes out for us. Pass me that.
Yeah. Oh, I think.
Yeah, it's still going. Oh my God, it's a bloody miracle. Oh, nope, it broke. Alright, then you're going to take the rotor out, and you can take that last nut out. That'll just hold it in place. Now you should be able to just wiggle it out of there without removing the caliper mount, if you're lucky. Okay, now you're going to want to clean this up a little bit, make sure that's nice and clean, and we're going to try and wiggle the new one back in there. Finally, back to good audio. Now the hardest part of this job is opening the damn rotors. And as you can see, we got two different sets because I wasn't sure which one was the right size. So when I find out, I'll let you know which ones I got as soon as we get this open. Oh yeah, now we're good.
Try it on there.
So you always want to check your old parts and your new part. This one doesn't have any cooling fins, where this one does, so I don't think that's the one. We got this box open. Views. Alright, we're going to use our tool to open up the box. You gotta really get her in there. Really get her in there. Fins? Nope. We got fins. Hey, they're the ones. And they do not have the cooling fins, so this is the right one. Alright, we're gonna try and put these bad boys on there. Alright, let's see if we can get them back in the way they came out. Alright, wiggle it in. And we're set. Alright, so then the next thing you have to do, just like the front brakes, you have to push the piston back in. So we're gonna do, you can use these or you can buy a tool, but there's little slots in here. You're just gonna put it in like this, and you're gonna turn it in clockwise. Just turn it like that, and it's probably gonna slip off a bunch of times and hurt you, but you're just gonna turn it just like that until it's all the way back in. Just like that. Alright, so we got a similar deal with the brake pads. We weren't sure which ones were the right ones, so we got a couple different kinds. So we're gonna just compare them to the old ones and see. These look kind of the same. They don't have this little notch here. I don't know if that matters. Alright, so now while you still got these laying around, you're gonna take the old clips out. Okay, and the brake pads come with new ones, so if you don't have new ones, just reuse the old ones. Same thing. Pop this guy out of there. Okay, and we're gonna put the new ones on. Okay, now we're gonna put the retaining clips in. Then you're just gonna snap it into place. Okay, now we're going to put the upper one in. Okay, now the brake pad. So unlike the front brake pads, the back brake pads, it doesn't matter which one goes on the front or the back. So we're going to put them both on and then put it back together. Now the pads are in, flush against the rotor. Now we're going to put the caliper back on. Alright, we're taking the bungee off, and then it should just slide right on there. Oh yeah, cherry. Alright, now we're going to put the bolts back in, and then we're done. Alright, now you're going to put the bolts back in. Get them started. Shit. Okay, tighten these back up. And we're gonna get the bottom one. Now this bottom one's gonna be a pain, so like I said, you gotta hold it with the 15mm wrench while you tighten it up with the 13. Alright, all done. Now we're just gonna slap the wheel back on there and we're set, ready to go cruising.
Yeah, these tires were a fucking bitch when I did them. They were a bitch. You know what it says too? Do not overinflate 60 psi to pop the bead, going up to fucking 90.
Send it, man. Dude, send it all the way.
I know. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Wait, it's not the red.
You're gonna start her with your hand first, and then you're gonna send her all the way. Sweet. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. This job is actually way easier than the front brakes. This was so simple. We knocked it out in like a little bit over an hour. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Other than that, till next time.